everybody, it's me Blanche and welcome back to Feast in the Middle East. I am excited because this is the time I have been waiting for, my apple harvest. I've got this apple tree that I planted a few years ago and each year it's yielding more and more, but I've got some pesky squirrels that like to eat it all. So I usually cover it with this nifty thing. I just got it on Amazon. If you guys want me to link it, I can. It looks like a ghost tree because the whole thing is covered with this net and it has a zipper, but it really does the job in keeping pests out without having to kill any squirrels. So basically every year I have this apple picking ritual. I love picking all of the apples and eating them fresh, but of course there is plenty more that I can do all kinds of fun things with. But today I'm going to make this very special pastry. Now these pastries are going to get a sort of Mediterranean Middle Eastern flair because the apples are going to be enhanced with the taste of orange blossom water, as well as crushed pistachios and apricot jam that we make every year. So join me for my annual apple picking, and then I'm gonna take you into the kitchen so I can show you how to turn these simple apples into the most beautiful pastries you have ever seen. Start by slicing up 6 apples. You want to keep the skins on so that the apples retain their shape and color, but you want to cut the core and stem with a paring knife. Then slice the apples thinly because they're going to form the petals of your roses. To prevent any browning, add the juice of 1 lemon. Combine the lemon juice with the apples thoroughly. You want the slices to be pliable so that you can bend them. So then place the apples in a microwave for about 3 minutes and then drain any excess liquid. To season the apples, just add 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, followed by a teaspoon of orange blossom water, then a heaping tablespoon of wild honey. I use lavender honey for an extra floral touch. Make sure you combine that thoroughly. Set that aside, and now it's time for the pastry. Roll out the puff pastry on a floured cutting board and cut into 6 long slices. I like to work with 3 slices at a time to give me space to roll them out so they're a bit thicker. And on one side of each strip, add some apricot jam or whatever kind of jam you like. On the other half, arrange the apple slices so that the curve of the slices stick out on the other side. Now add some optional crushed pistachios. Fold the dough halfway and then make sure that you secure it tightly before you roll the entire strip to form that rose. Just roll each one carefully and you are good to go, and place each rose in a muffin tin for baking. I make sure to butter the baking tin before adding the roses. Have your oven set at 375 degrees and bake for about 40 minutes. And when they are done, they look like this. Add some powdered sugar for extra garnish.
Oh, this is a fancy apple pie. And apple pie is my favorite dessert, so I'm down.
One thing I want to say is you don't have to have an apple tree, obviously. When I create recipes for my channel, I always think seasonally. What is in season? Why? Because whatever fruit or vegetable is in season is going to have peak flavor when it's in season, and it's also going to be the least expensive. So this is a time of year when you could go to the farmer's market and get some serious deals on apples. Like pretty soon, apples are going to be flooding the market. Sometimes they sell blemished apples with scars and whatever. I buy those. I don't care because I could do plenty with them. If you're not going to eat them raw, you could do all sorts of amazing things with something simple like an apple. Now it's time to give it a try. Look at this, guys. This looks incredible. So what I love about this pastry is that it's not only pretty to look at, so it's great to entertain guests that are coming over or for a brunch or for the holidays, but minimal ingredients. All of it is stuff I recognize. And so when I do indulge once in a while, I want to make it worth my while. Time to try it. So what I love about this pastry is that it's not too sweet. You taste the juicy apples, the orange blossom water, and the cinnamon bring out the sweetness of the apples without too much sugar. Honestly, it reminds me of the pastries I used to buy in the Parisian pastry shops, but now I could make it in my very own home. I hope you really enjoyed this recipe. Please try it out. You will be so proud of yourself that you made something so ornate from your very own kitchen. And for one-stop shop for tons of my recipes, check out my Feast in the Middle East cookbook. I'm really proud of this. It took me 10 years to write. I wanted to make sure it was perfect, that it was glossy with lots of photos on every single page with meticulous instructions. I even paid extra for the binding so that when you cook with it in your kitchen, it lays nice and flat instead of scrunching up when you try to cook. Have you ever had cookbooks like that? Those drive me crazy, and I did not want this for this cookbook. It's limited edition. After this printout, there will be no more, and so I would love my viewers to have a copy. That way we can cook together for eternity. And with that, please hit like or subscribe. It's free. I know a lot of you have visited my channel. A lot of you are repeat visitors, but many of you have not subscribed. Join our family, because every time I post a new video, you will be the first to get it. And that would be pretty fantastic. Leave all the comments you wish. I read them all, and I will see you soon. Family, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Without you, I could not keep this show going, and I love sharing tips, recipes, and stories with you behind the scenes.